As the media quotes Chicken Little, the sky is falling. We're seeing year over year price increases all over the country. That article, and again, I'm going to go over articles for 401ks, what's happening there on your retirement funds, as well as mortgage demand. Next on Real Estate Daily, my name is Troy, and every day we go over the latest news in mortgage, real estate, and the housing market. Wow, stumbled on that one. But before we do that, can you hit me the subscribe button? There you go. My producer Emmy's way ahead of me. I think she's been around a little too long. What do you guys think? Tell me about. All right, let's jump right into it. This is from DS News. It says year over year home prices up despite recent drops. Now, this is what we continue to hear in the media out there saying that, oh, the world's falling. I've heard, the housing market is a collapse. It's crashing. It's whatever. Year over year, we're up. Has it been over publicized? Number one, has it been overstated? Absolutely. Everyone keeps saying, oh, you're a real estate agent, Troy, and you're in the industry for 15, 20 years. You're always going to be positive and say all these positive things. No, I'm not. I'm going to tell you what's really happening out there. But if you're listening to the narrative in which the social media, the media is giving you, they're going to be the most negative. Why are they going to be negative? Because their narrative is to stop interest rate hikes by the Fed. Their narrative isn't to tell you what actually is happening out there. I'm telling you that. And I'm boots on the ground. I'm not like my girlfriend, Diana Olick. I don't even think she has a license, or any of the other bozo in the media out there has no idea what's going on. What's so funny? Oh, my funny. Now she's making fun of me, producer Emmy. If you want to see her, check our crypto channel out. She'll be on today. Let's jump on to the next one. Mortgage demand falls again, even as rates sink further. Guys, we're in the fourth quarter in December. What am I telling you? This is the best time of the year to buy. Why? Number one, we have interest rates falling. Number two, we have house prices falling. Anytime this year, when did that happen? It didn't. It's happening right now. And why is mortgage demands falling off? Number one, two reasons why. Number one, because sellers don't want to sell during the holidays. I don't know about you, but I don't want to go stumbling through my house, opening up my Christmas gifts and seeing all the stuff I'm getting. I don't want a buyer to do that. And number two, buyers are like, hey, I need to save a few bucks aside. I don't need to spend it on a house, but I absolutely want to spend a couple of bucks on Christmas gifts. I want to give them out. I want to give out Yuletide cheeriness. And right now, I don't want to go drive in a car. I'd rather go to the Christmas party or, whatever. I'd rather have some fun rather than sitting there and grinding it out in the housing market. Next article. Activist investor calls BlackRock CEO Fink to step down over ESG hypocrisy. Guys, again, we're going to continue to go over your IRAs out there, your 401ks, your retirement funds. Most of them are not being used for what you think they are. I really want you to understand that you need to go look at what your retirement funds have been doing over the last year or two. Are they performing? Are they not performing? Just remember, if they went down in the last 12 months, you're still paying a management company to manage it. And if they're going negative or they're going down to 1 or 2%, you could take your money and put it somewhere else where you could make more money. You do not have to leave it there. Self-directed IRAs. This is not financial advice. You need to take control of your retirement funds. Always remember, guys like, Larry Fink, they're taking control of your funds, and they're applying it to not what will make the most money, but what is their narrative, such as what are eco-friendly, what is the most eco-friendly investments that's not necessarily going to make any money, right? They're not going to put it in Tesla. I'm not saying that they don't or they do. I'm just saying they're not going to put it. They haven't been putting it in the most lucrative, assets out there. They're putting it in their narrative. I will say this every single day. If you're not looking over and watching over your retirement funds, which is your wealth, when you retire, it's going to be the most money you're going to have for most Americans out there, then you're going to lose out. Right now, we already talked about BlackRock and Blackstone holding back customer funds in their their housing funds, because they're seeing the outflows go crazy right now. People are taking back their money and they want to do it themselves. So keep that in mind. You're seeing now activists come out. You're seeing states come out and fight Larry Fink and BlackRock, saying they're not doing what's good for the employees. So keep that in mind. I'm going to keep saying it over and over. Next article. All right, tell me this. If you had a ton of money sitting on the side, would you go ahead and rent out or try to buy a apartment in a cruise ship? So here's the headline of CNBC. The easiest way to travel full time: see what a 28-year-old paid for an apartment on a cruise ship. Well, first of all, there's no real property here, okay? So what are you doing? You're paying for space on a lease. You're not paying for space as a APN or as a piece of real property. So let's before we get into this, we'll figure this out. But you're absolutely not having a monthly charge. You're having a dollar charge. So let's go over what Austin Wells did here. This is pretty, I'm not going to go over his conversation. Here's what it looks like inside of one of the pads in this cruise ship. Here's the cruise ship itself. And then what does it cost? So Wells spent around $300,000 for a 12-year lease for an entry-level Discovery Studio, which is 237 square feet, includes a fold-away bed, pantry area, desk, and separate shower room. So for $300,000, which is basically about roughly $26,000 a year, you can go and lease out this 237 tiny room on a cruise ship. I don't even know what is HOA on this. Yeah, did you read the whole article? This is crazy on this. Yeah. So he's a San Diego resident. Yeah, it doesn't really say. It just goes over what the actual ship is. But this is kind of the craziest thing. How where do I put my mail? Where does my mail go get sent to? I don't have a permanent location because this is all leased out. Can you work from here? Do you have, capabilities of working directly? I don't know. It does say, well, I have an exercise room. I have 28 restaurants. I get it's a big space, but it's a for-profit and it's sailing all over the place. Does a helicopter roll in or does it stop at ports? There's a lot going on here. Some people don't like to have a house now. The younger generation's like, oh, I'd rather just rent a room, which are getting popular. But I think this is pretty interesting, yet I would never do it, and I would never recommend anyone doing it. It's just not a thing for me, and I don't see any real, value in this. After 12 years is up, you just blew $300,000. That's if you pay green cash for it. If you rent, you had to make payments on it, you're paying way over $300,000. That if you look at it for 237 square feet for approximately, let's call it $2,000 a month, you're literally spending close to $1,000. Well, you're spending a lot of money per square foot. Let's just say that. It's pretty ridiculous, to say the least. All right, so let's get into the mortgage rates. We saw mortgage rates bump up. As I've been telling you, the sentiment out there has completely changed. The jobs numbers came out. They were much higher than they expected. And again, everyone wants to front run the Feds, and the Fed's pivoting. Like, the world's gonna be so great. Guys, the world is not good. You have to be watching your money. I'm talking about all the leverage that I went over yesterday on your retirement funds. $80 trillion of leverage. That's crazy. That's crazy. We saw the leverage that FTX and crypto did, and they lost $10 billion of people's money, including all their lifetime savings was lost in it. Guys, make sure you understand this. Fed will pivot down the road. They're not pivoting tomorrow. And don't get caught up in the stock market or crypto markets. You're seeing right now that what's pivoting is people's opinion of the Fed. And that's why you saw the interest rates go up. It went up almost 7 basis points yesterday on conforming. It went up 4 basis points on FHA. I'm just saying, don't get that excited yet. We're going to see the Fed meet next week. I think they're going to do a 50 basis point raise. Now there's a kind of a teetering of maybe 75 basis points, but I think 50 basis points, and it still will shock the market. Now, it's again, all what's being said after the fact. Now, as a 2-day meeting, the second day, as I've been saying over and over now for the entire year, you're having Powell go into a news conference, and that's where people make it. That's where the stock market and crypto and all the investors get out there, and they got that, what are they talking about? The most interesting man in the world, what is he saying? They take every little word and they move the market which way they want to because of what he says. He's going to continue to raise rates. We're going to continue to see a strong jobs report. Even though all these people are losing their jobs, the thing is that entry-level jobs are everywhere. They're still out there, a ton of them, and people are taking those jobs because they see that all their goods, all their gas, all their energy keeps going up, and unemployment can't handle it. And a good portion of the United States doesn't want to rely on the government because the government will make you you'll be under their control. Guys, thank you very much for joining us today. Another great day here on Real Estate Daily. If you have any questions, leave them below in the comment section. Otherwise, you guys take care. Peace out.